On our third day in London, we joined a big bus walking tour to see the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. We found a great spot where the guards marched right in front of us. As soon as they passed by, we followed them and marched along. It was so fun pretending to be part of the parade. Their red uniforms and tall black hats looked super cool. Buckingham Palace is the home of the British King when he's in London. It's huge and beautiful. Did you know the palace has 775 rooms and 78 bathrooms? If you slept in a different room every night, it would take over 2 years to stay in them all. After the palace, we went to the National Gallery at Trafalgar Square. This museum is packed with thousands of famous paintings from all around the world. This is the Ambassadors by Holbein. There's a hidden skull in the painting that looks like a strange blur unless you look at it from the side. The Monde Crucifixion by Raphael. The Madonna and Child with St. John the Baptist and St. Nicholas of Bari. St. Nicholas in this painting is the same saint who later inspired the modern Santa Claus. The Virgin of the Rocks by Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo painted this scene twice. The other painting is in the Louvre in Paris, and both versions are famous masterpieces. The Adoration of the Kings by Paolo Veronese. The Family of Darius before Alexander by Paolo Veronese. This massive painting is so big that it takes up almost an entire wall. The Dream of St. Helena by Paolo Veronese. The National Gallery has over 2,300 paintings, ranging from the 13th to the 20th century. If you looked at each painting for just 10 seconds, it would take almost 7 hours to see them all. The Burlington House by Leonardo da Vinci. Artists use such sketches to plan a big painting. Portrait of a Man by Antonello de Messina. The man's mysterious smile has been compared to the Mona Lisa. Arnolfini Portrait by Jan van Eyck. If you look closely at the mirror in the background, you can see tiny reflections of the people standing in the room. The Immaculate Conception by Wanda Valdez Leal. The clouds in this painting look so fluffy and light that they seem like they could float right out of the picture. Christ and the Christian Soul by Diego Velázquez. The Triumph of Pan by Nicolas Poussin. This painting is like a wild party in the forest, with dancing, music, and mythical creatures celebrating the Greek god Pan. Portrait of Cardinal Richelieu by Philippe de Champagne. Perseus turning Phineas and his followers to stone by Luca Giordano. Combing the Hair by Edgar Degas. Degas loved to paint everyday moments. Portrait of Greta Moll by Henri Matisse. Matisse used bold, bright colors in this portrait, and the strong reds and greens make it stand out in a fun and playful way. Hillside in Provence by Paul Cézanne. Cézanne's unique brushstrokes make the trees and hills look almost like puzzle pieces that fit together to create a beautiful landscape. And more Degas. The Skiff by Pierre-Auguste Renoir. Water Lilies by Claude Monet. On the left, Snow at Argenteuil by Claude Monet. Portrait of Hermine Gallia Gustave Klimt. Motherhood by Pablo Picasso. Picasso used simple lines and soft colors in this painting to show the tender and loving connection between a mother and her child. Van Gogh's Chair. Van Gogh painted his own simple chair. Van Gogh's Sunflowers. Van Gogh loved sunflowers so much that he made 12 different paintings of them. The Thames at Westminster by Claude Monet. Monet painted the famous London fog in the scene, making everything look soft and blurry as if seen through a misty window. Portrait of Eva Gonzalez by Edouard Manet. The Execution of Maximilian by Edouard Manet. This painting was controversial because it shows the moment of an execution, with Manet using dramatic lighting to highlight the intense emotions of the scene. The Execution of Lady Jane Grey by Paul Delaroche, a super dramatic painting. Bacchus and Ariadne by Titian. Next, we walked to the British Museum, passing by Leicester Square. We saw statues of Charlie Chaplin, Mary Poppins, and even Harry Potter. Then we passed through Chinatown and stopped at Outernet, where colorful art was projected on the walls and ceilings. It reminded me of the Arte Museum in Las Vegas. At the British Museum, we had to wait in line even though we had reservations, but it was worth it. The museum is amazing. It's full of treasures from all around the world, like mummies, ancient artifacts, and cool statues. We saw the famous Rosetta Stone, which helped people learn how to read ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. It's like an ancient translation tool. There are over 8 million objects in the museum. If you spent just 1 minute looking at each object, it would take over 15 years to see everything. We saw so many ancient Greek sculptures too, some of which are more than 2,400 years old. The museum also has a fantastic collection of mummies. Some of them are over 4,000 years old. They were wrapped in linen and treated with special oils to keep them preserved. After the museum, we went to platform 9 3/4 at King's Cross Station, where you can catch the Hogwarts Express. We shopped at the Harry Potter store, and I bought a Hogwarts headband. We walked to St. Pancras Station and boarded the Eurostar train for our next adventure, Paris. After a little more than 2 hours, we arrived in the City of Lights.